happy Marmee will be when she sees it.
I finished it at last, and not a moment too soon, if you ask me.
Joe, where have you been all this time?
Need you ask? Just look at what she's wearing.
Say what you will about my writing. The Magistrated closing scene for The Witch's Curse, that was a divine inspiration.
Well, we've finished trimming the tree without you.
Christmas won't be the same without presents.
It's dreadful to be poor.
I can remember when we used to be rich.
I remember too.
It's not fair that some girls can have lovely things while other girls, prettier girls, have nothing at all.
We're better off than so many others, though. Orphans, for instance. We still have Father and Marmee and each other.
But we don't have Father. It probably won't for quite some time. Who can say how long this war will last?
Many families in the north and south will be missing their men this year.
The army is suffering a dreadful winter. Supplies are scarce. Marmee is right when she says we shouldn't buy each other presents. We have to make some sacrifices, too.
I don't mind most of the sacrifices, but I'm tired of remaking these dresses year after year.
None of you suffer the way I do. You don't have to go to school with impertinent girls who label your father just because he's poor.
If you mean libel, say so. And quit talking about labels as a cup or a pickle jar.
I know what I mean. You needn't be satirical about it. It's proper to use good words and help improve your vocabulary.
Vocabulary. Aren't we proper?
Don't, Joe. It's so boyish.
That's why I do it.
I hate rude, unladylike girls.
And I hate affected little brats.
Birds in their little nests agree.
Really now, you're both to blame. Amy, your prim ways are funny now, but you'll be an affected little goose if you aren't careful. And as for you, Joe, it's time to stop your boyish tricks. You turn up your hair now and remember that you are a young lady.
I ain't. And if turning up my hair makes me one, I'll wear two tails till I'm 20. I don't want to grow up and be Miss March. I won't wear long gowns and be prim as a porcelain doll. I just can't get over my disappointment in not being a boy. Look at me, dying to go out and fight in the war with Papa, when all I can do is sit at home and knit like some pokey old woman.
Poor Joe.
Oh, I don't want your pity. Because someday I'll be a famous writer and make a fortune writing books. Then I'll live and behave as I please. And Amy will have dozens of new dresses with satin and lace. And Meg will have plenty of handsome beaux to dance with. And a beautiful new organ for my Becky.
I should like that.
So, no more fighting. And let's get back to work on our play. Beth, play something gruesome for us. Amy, I have a new scene for you. It's wonderful.
Oh no.
It's very simple. All you have to do is shout, Rodrigo! Rodrigo, save me! Save me! And then faint.
Rodrigo, save me, save me. No, I can't do that. I don't want to make myself all black and blue, throwing myself about the way you do. Besides, I've already designed my costume and tumbling about with crushed my gold paper Georgian gown.
But you don't have any jewelry. You certainly don't have a crown.
And why not? I am a princess, am I not?
But you don't know it yet. You think you're a serving girl for Beth. Hagar the witch.
A princess always knows she's a princess.
Well, you don't. Now you're locked in the tower when I, Hugo the villain, entered, and you cry out to Rodrigo.
I thought Meg was Don Pedro, my father.
She is, but you don't know it yet. I've told you 1,000 times. You haven't the slightest idea who you are until the end of Act 5.
Oh, well, does Meg know?
Of course.
Then I want to know too. Why should I always be the ignoring it one?
Because if you know who you are, the play's over.
Well, it's too long anyway.
Amy, please just do the scene. And besides, it's not polite to correct the author.
Yes, and Joe's a regular Shakespeare.
Oh, it's nothing really. Are we ready? Places, everyone. Here I come as Hugo. Evil intentions. I move closer.
Come and get your tea, girls.
I can't wait for coffee anymore, Hannah.
Because it's scarce a year. Ships are needed in time of war. And they've got no time to go off to
Brazil and bring back coffee for Miss Amy March. And some folks have nothing better to do with their time than to pry into other people's business.
Who is it, Hannah?
That Lawrence boy,
What Lawrence boy?
Mr. Lawrence's grandson, he's come to live with him.
I didn't know the old busspot had a grandson.
He just arrived last week, and from what I've heard, he sounds like a fire.
Why, what's he done?
Well, besides running away from school,
That's the bravest thing I've ever heard.
he was found in an army registration office. He had tried to join up and lied about his age. Can you imagine?
I certainly can. I should like to do the same thing.
Fine soldier you'd make.
Joe, don't.
It's our private property. I can look out as much as I like.
You're just as bad as he is.
There he is.
Amy, get back from the window.
I'm certainly glad he's a boy. I'd like to get to know a boy and have some fun for a change.
Don't say such things.
I wonder how we could get to know him. I know. Our cat can get lost. And he can find it and bring it back.
That doesn't sound very romantic.
Who said anything about romance? Hello? Hello?
Joe,
Yoo-hoo! Joe! Over here!
Joe, you're disgracing us.
Hello? Wretched boy! Hello? He waved back.
We close the window now and get on with the play.
I suppose.
where were we?
Rodrigo, save me, save me.
Well, perhaps if you try it like... It's no use. Do what you can when the time comes, and if the audience boos, don't blame me.
Glad to find you so merry, my girl.
Marty! You must be tired.
Come and sit down. Has anyone called today, Beth? Come and kiss me, baby.
No one's called today yet, Marnie.
Joe, you look tired to death.
I'm all right, Marmy.
Have you seen Aunt March about the position yet?
Not yet, Marmy. How was work with the ladies' auxiliary today?
We're so short of blankets, we had to start cutting up carpets to send to the men.
I wouldn't mind sleeping under a carpet if I could join up.
Oh, Joe. How's your cold, Meg? Practically gone, Marmy. Did you see Mrs. King today? Oh, yes. I start next week. $4 a week, Marmy. Can you believe it? The house is so lovely and the children are so sweet. It'll hardly seem like work at all. I'm so proud of you.
I'll rub your feet for you, Marmy.
Thank you, baby, but maybe later. Joe, will you be a dear and fetch my muff? I have a surprise for you.
A surprise for Joe.
Well, for all of you, really.
A letter!
Sent you all a little Christmas message. Now, who could that be?
From the sound of the pounding, I'd say Aunt March.
Yes, there's your sleigh. I'd love to have a sleigh, and then I wouldn't have to walk everywhere.
Good afternoon. Not at all, miss, not at all. It's freezing cold, the dead of winter, and you haven't even shoveled a proper path to the front door. I could have slipped and broken, well, who knows what. Well, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Aunt March.
So nice of you to visit us tonight.
Yes, come sit by the fire.
Thank you, no. I have a fire at home, where I should be this very moment. I only stopped by to bring these. Meg,
Thank you, Aunt March.
Joe,
Thank you, Aunt March.
Amy,
Thank you, Aunt March.
Beth. Goodness gracious, where is that child?
I'm up here, Aunt March.
Oh, for pity's sake, stop sulking around. I do not like people sneaking about. Come out into the open, I always say.
Thank you, Aunt March.
Far be it from me to complain, but when I was a girl, I used to make it a special point of visiting my aunt's home on the holiday and wish them a Merry Christmas. Not the other way around. I didn't make them leave the comfort of their own sitting room to travel halfway across town to come and see me. See that you spend that wisely.
The girls and I had been planning to visit you tomorrow, Auntie.
Tomorrow? But we'll never know if we have that, now do we? Have you heard from that foolish father of yours? Waltzing off in a war, leaving others to care for his family? Doesn't he realize Lincoln needs soldiers to win this war and not worn-out old creatures like himself?
We're very proud of Father, and you should be too.
Joe.
And we don't need anybody to take care of us.
My, aren't we hoity-toity?
Some tea, Aunt March?
No. If your father would have listened to me, you'd all be far better off today. I begged him not to invest his money with that swindler. I took one good look at him and knew that he'd swipe the pennies off a dead man's eye.
Well, it's all in the past now, Auntie, and
Besides, it was our money that got lost. It hasn't got anything to do with you.
Don't get impertinent with me, Miss Josephine March. You're as pig-headed as your father and as much common sense as a dizzy cow. It's a waste of time talking to you. No one listens to my good advice. It's like talking to a flock of geese. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Aunt March.
On March, wait.
How do you plan to try my patience now, Miss Impertinence?
It's just that I would like to apologize for my outburst. And I'm willing to bury the hatchet if you are.
Amy,
So,
where are you going?
what do you say?
I want to hear what she's saying to Aunt March.
Amy, Aunt March, if the position is still open, I'd like to be your personal companion.
You certainly are a trial, Miss Josephine March. But I suppose the devil you know is better than the one that you don't. You can come round my house after holiday if it so suits you.
Thank you, Aunt March. You won't be sorry.
Merry Christmas, Josephine.
Well, it's all settled then.
What is?
I'm Aunt March's new paid companion.
Oh,
I'll read her books, keep her company, and make pleasant conversation.
pleasant conversation. When do you begin, dear?
After the holidays.
Maybe open our own place now, Marty?
Yes, Amy.
$1? A whole $1. I could buy a new book. Maybe The Black Avenger.
And I'd like a new bonnet with silk and lace and a long feather.
I could buy Faber drawing pencils and a new sketch pad.
And what would you buy, Becky?
I would like some new sheet music.
Maybe run to the shop now, Marty, before it closes.
All right, girls.
But what about Father's?
Yes, our letter. First, our letter from Father.
To my loving wife, give my girls a kiss and tell them I think of them by day, pray for them at night, and find my best comfort in their affections at all times. I know that they will remember all that I said, that they will be loving children to you and work diligently so that these hard times need not be wasted. I know they will fight their bosom enemies bravely and conquer themselves so beautifully that when I may come back to them, I may be fonder and prouder than ever of my little women.
Ma'am,
Yes, Hannah?
sorry to disturb you, ma'am, but it's a message from Mrs. Hummel. Wants to know if you can come right away.
Of course, Hannah.
Joe, will you get my back?
Good night, children.
Night, Mommy.
Don't wait up for me. I might be late. Good night.
Good night.
Barbie ought to have a pair of new slippers. I can make do with the few that I have.
No, I'm the man in the house while Father is gone. I'll buy the slippers.
Beth thought of it first.
Then I'll buy her a new pair of shoes.
Gloves. A fine pair of pink gloves.
I could buy her a bottle of cologne, a small bottle. That won't cost too much, and I can still get my pencils.
But, Joe, won't the store be closed by now?
Then we'll storm the Citadel. They'll have to open for us. Let's go.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la.
Flurry of excitement, and we could hardly rest until Christmas morn, when we would share our special gifts.
Christopher Columbus. Kidney pies.
And fresh apples and coffee.
And everything.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
diapers.
Isn't Barbie out yet?
Oh yes, up and out.
On Christmas morning, where is she?
At the Hummels. Poor Mrs. Hummel delivered her baby early this morning.
Almost have another baby.
One baby after another. 6 children huddled together, half frozen, and one bedded on fire. All skin and bones they are. So your mother took her breakfast over there. Now, I believe in charity as much as the next person, but we haven't got anything to spare. Now, she said for you to have your breakfast and head on to church. She'll meet you there.
What's the matter, Bethy? I don't feel hungry anymore. Beth, dear, people are starving everywhere, every day. And if you let that bother you, you'll never eat again.
I try not to think about it.
We don't know those people, but we do know the Hummels. We passed by their house on the way to church.
What are you saying, Joe? You're not about to give our breakfast to the Hummels, are you? You wouldn't do a thing like that, would you?
I could.
So could I.
Well, it's all or none.
Well, what if we have a secret vote?
All in favor say aye.
Aye. Oh, fine. Aye.
All right, it's settled then. Let's bundle up.
What's going on then?
Grab your wrap, Hannah. We're off to church with just one stop along the way.
Land sakes, my whole family off to the house then?
The whole breakfast, Hannah.
Well, then I suppose I can spare a cord of wood too.
Oh, you're an angel, Hannah. Let's go on our way.
Get going again.
It's Christmas.
You take the milk. I'll carry the pot holders.
I can manage just fine, thanks.
I'm sure you can, which is why you're taking the milk. We want to have something for the Hummels.
Excuse me, miss. I believe you dropped this.
Well, thank you.
Oh, there you are, Joe.
Let's go. Say, aren't you that Lawrence boy who lives next door?
Yes, I am. Theodore Lawrence, and this is John Brooke, my tutor.
Well, how do you do?
Huh, how do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do?
I'm Joe March. This is my sister Meg, and the other 3 up the road are Hannah, Amy, and Beth. Merry Christmas to you both.
And Merry Christmas to you.
Well, come along, Josephine.
You know, I've noticed you watching us from your window, and...
Well, I didn't mean to be rude, but it's so dull over at grandfather's. Dull's a too many friends. And your house always seems so fun and interesting. Like a picture when the lamps are lit and you gather around your mother.
Where's your mother?
She died in Europe, shortly after my father's death.
I'm so sorry. Well, feel free to watch us anytime you like. And feel free to join the picture if you feel like it.
I couldn't. Grandfather would say I was imposing.
Bilgewater. Theodore Lawrence, you are hereby invited to call upon the March household whenever you please.
Thank you. I will.
Well, Joe, let's go.
Honestly, Meg.
Let's go.
For now.
For now,
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Goodbye, Miss March.
Josephine March, what will they think of us now? Stopping like that to talk in the street without being properly introduced?
Oh, I don't mind. I'm sure they don't mind either. They certainly weren't very polite. You're becoming as prissy as Amy. It wouldn't hurt you to say hello.
Not after the way that man stared at me. What man? Mr. Brooke?
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Well, I certainly did. Oh no, don't look.
What?
Mr. Brooke, he's still looking.
Don't look!
the first brief encounter with one who would become one of the truest friends our little family would ever know. But as winter began to melt away into spring, I wondered if my invitation to call on us would ever be taken up by young Mr. Lawrence.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Peter Lawrence, along with Miss Josephine March.
Joe, you've got company. Right this way. Mr. Lawrence.
Hello, Theodore.
Please, call me Lori. Everybody else does.
All right, Lori then.
I expect you'll be wanting some tea?
Yes, Hannah, that would be lovely.
Just as I thought.
So, do tell me all about yourself before you arrived here in Concord, Mr. Lori.
Well, I used to live in Europe before my parents.
Europe! How exciting! I'm going there too, you know.
Really? When?
Oh, I don't know for sure, but my Aunt March, what a crotchety old thing she is, has rheumatism. And did I tell you I work as her paid companion? Well, anyway, her doctor said the baths there might do her some good. So, did you go to the baths ever? I mean, for rheumatism?
I don't have rheumatism.
Of course. But I thought they couldn't do you any harm. What do you think?
Here we are.
Thank you, Hannah.
This one will talk like you're off the stalk of corn given half a chance.
I like talking.
I hope so. For your sake. Enjoy. Call if you need anything.
Thank you, Hannah. Anyway, I really want to go to Europe for my writing. Travel is so important for a writer. What did you say?
I didn't say a thing.
Oh. So, how was living with your grandfather?
Oh, fine, I suppose. It's just that.
I know. You should have seen him before you came.
Really? Isn't he a holy terror?
You ought to meet my Aunt March. Biscuit?
Please. It almost looks too good to eat.
Meg then.
Is she the oldest? Brooke and I were wondering.
Why should he wonder about her?
Well, you see, he seems rather taken with her. Surely you notice. Does she like anyone in particular?
So he sent you to find out for him.
No, I just...
Well, you can tell Mr. Brooke that we don't like anyone in this house. Well, we like many different people in this house, but we don't like young men. We do like young men, but we don't like young men who wonder about who we like. Meg is just too young and too smart to wonder about who wonders about her.
Perhaps I'd better go.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. So clumsy of me. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Do you really want to go?
No, not really. It's so dull over at Grandfather's. And over here, everything seems so lively.
Glad you think that.
I was hoping I could be in one of your plays sometime. Would that be all right?
That would be wonderful. I'd love to have someone else play the villain for a change. I hate that mustache. It makes me sneeze.
Oh, I know how to fix too.
Really?
Really? Here. See? On guard.
On God! A hit! What say you?
A touch, I do confess.
You're Robin. There's somebody at the door. Oh, it's Mrs. March. It's one of those telegram things.
It's Father. Oh, Marmee, he's been wounded. He's at the hospital in Washington. I must go at once.
I can ask Grandfather for the carriage to take you to the station.
No, You'll need money for fare and expenses, but we don't have enough in our savings to pay for those things.
I'll go and ask Aunt March.
Quickly, girls, help your mother pack.
The next few hours were spent preparing Marmee for her journey. I set out for Aunt March's house on my self-appointed mission. I thought our request to help Marmee get to Father would be an unpleasant but simple task. I never imagined how my journey would end.
Well, that should be everything, but don't forget this. I wonder what could be keeping Joe.
The carriage is waiting outside, and Grandfather sent along a bottle of port for Mr. March.
Thank you, Lori, and give my kindest regards to your grandfather. Becky, dear, will you place this carefully in my traveling satchel?
Yes, Marmee.
Careful not to shake it.
Where is Joe?
Well, where is she? Where is she? Where is that foul-tempered daughter of yours?
I thought she was with you, Aunt March.
Not very likely. Not after her visit. Here, take this. Lord knows you need more for what you asked for. One can only guess what you'll find once you get there.
Thank you so very much, Auntie.
Oh, pish-posh and twaddle. You're too sentimental, you are. Now, you know how to get there? You change trains in New York, a horrid city, and then you...
I don't believe that will be necessary, ma'am. Mr. Lawrence has asked me to accompany Mrs. March on the train to see that she gets to Washington safely.
That's terribly kind of you, Mr. Brooke, but really, there's no need.
It would be my great pleasure to be of service to you and your family, Mrs. March. Besides, Mr. Lawrence has already engaged some work for me to complete for him while I'm there. So, you see...
That's you're all terribly kind. Thank you. Thank you all so very much.
Then with your permission, I'll load your luggage for you, and we will wait outside for you in the carriage.
Thank you, Mr. Brooke. Mr. Brooke, I'd like to apologize for being less than neighborly in the past. You've been very kind, and you have no idea what a comfort it is to know that Marmee has someone to look after her.
Thank you, Miss Margaret. Goodbye.
Goodbye. What on earth could be keeping that child?
At least finish your tea while you're waiting.
Yes, thank you, Hannah. Becky, dear, see that you don't forget the hummus while I'm away.
I won't, Marmee. I promise.
Well, someone might remember me for once for a change. I hope for the best, but I doubt it.
Aunt March!
Yes, here I am. No thanks to you. I had to get up, get dressed, and travel all the way over here by myself. You're so stubborn. You certainly don't see this from my side of the family. Good day, Miss Josephine.
Joe, where have you been? Marmee is worried sick. We all were. Yes. What could have kept you this long?
Oh, I went to Aunt March, and she croaked like she always does when someone asks her to open her purse, and, well, I just couldn't stand it. There he is, her own nephew, sick in the hospital, and all she can do is complain about money. And, well, I lost my temper. Anyway, here's my contribution.
$25? Where on earth did you get it, Joe?
I came by it honestly. I only sold it belonged to me.
You
Well, goodness gracious. It doesn't affect the state of the union. I just happened by the wig maker's shop and saw some tails of hair in the window with price tags on them. Thought it might do me some good to have my mop cut off too. So, I did.
Thank you, Joe.
Are you ready, Mrs. March? We'll need to hurry now. Christopher Columbus, what happened? Look at the porcupine! Sorry.
It's all right. You'll go back and be just as beautiful as before. But you'll never be more beautiful to me than you are right now. I like it, and it will be easy to keep up.
And it's strangely becoming.
We'll need to hurry, Mrs. March.
You can't miss your train.
Yes, you're right.
Can't we go with you?
No. It's best if you stay here and carry on as usual. Remember to comfort one another. Tonight, you'll watch after your sisters. Try to be more patient, Joe. And Becky, dear, don't forget the Hummels.
I won't, Marmy. I promise.
Amy, be obedient. Goodbye, my darlings. I'll keep this picture of you in my mind. God bless and keep us all.
Oh, my poor Joe. You're crying.
No, I'm not. I'm fine.
It'll be all right. Marmy has Mr. Brooke to look after her, and Father's strong, I'm sure.
That's not why I'm crying.
Well, what is it then?
My hair!
Father's convalescence in that Washington hospital lasted many months, and life in our little home soon found a simple domestic pattern in Marmy's absence. Our friendship with Louis continued to grow, and the surprising support and neighborly friendship of his grandfather was a boon to all our spirits. I had worked furiously at my scribblings during that summer, and had begun sending off some of my manuscripts to publishers. Then, an important letter arrived to me that fall.
Hey, give it back.
Oh,
It's mine.
now I'll find out what you've been up to with all your scribblings lately. Is this why you haven't had any time for me lately?
Give it back now, Mr. Lawrence, or never speak to me again.
Oh, fine. Just like a girl. First you say we aren't going to have any secrets, then this.
Well, this is different.
Still a secret.
No,
Well, you can keep it, because I've got one too.
Bilgewater.
And it's plumbing.
Very.
Very.
Oh, fine then. If that's the game you're going to play, you tell me your secret, and I'll tell you mine. Well, fine, read it yourself.
Paid to the order of Miss Josephine March. $1 for a story entitled The Phantom Hand.
Well, what do you think of that?
$1?
Go on and laugh. But that's just the start. Someday I'll get as high as 10.
I swear I'll never understand you. Cooped up in that attic, writing away, missing out on all the fun we could be having. And for what? One measly $1? Joe, if it's money you want, I've got plenty of it.
It's not the money. Not really. It's a feeling I get on the inside. It's my story, and soon it will be in print. People will read it. It's something that I wrote.
Well, I don't understand it, but if it makes you happy, I suppose.
All right, Teddy, play fair. What's your secret?
I know where Mick's missing glove is.
Is that all?
Ask me where it is.
Well, where is it?
Brooke has it. I saw it.
Where?
His pocket. He found it the night they danced together at grandfather's party. Isn't that romantic?
No!
Uh,
It's rubbish!
I thought you'd be pleased.
Please! At the thought of someone taking Meg away? Why do things always have to fall apart just when they seem perfect? Meg used to share everything with me. Now she thinks that John is a beautiful name and goes on about how brown eyes are beautiful. Well, I think it's sickly, sentimental, romantic rubbish. And he better not try to break our family up.
You'll feel differently when someone comes to take you away.
I'd like to see someone try. I'll die a spinster rowing my own canoe before I let any man catch me.
I'll catch you, Josephine March.
Good afternoon, Miss Josephine. Good afternoon, Master Theodore.
Thank you for assisting me this afternoon, John.
My pleasure.
Goodbye, Mr. Brooke.
Yes, well, goodbye, John.
Bye.
Have never been so embarrassed in all my days. When are you going to stop behaving like a child?
Not until I'm old and stiff and need a crutch. Don't try to make me grow up before my time, Meg. It's hard enough having you change all of a sudden. Let me be a little girl as long as I can.
I haven't changed a bit. But it's time you stopped your romping ways. Just look at you. No hairpins, no combs, running down a public road like a loose horse.
Wish I were a horse.
You're such a child.
Well, goodbye, I suppose.
Hannah? Hannah, where's Kathy? What's wrong? Don't come near me, Joe. I feel so tired. What happened, Joe? Don't come near me, Meg.
Hannah, go quickly.
Hannah? Hannah! What is it? Oh, Joe, the baby's dead. The little humble baby died in my lap. My poor Betsy. I tried to save her, but she seemed asleep, and then suddenly she gave a cry and trembled and then lay very still. I tried to warm her feet, but she lay so still, and then I knew she was dead. It's not your fault. The doctor came. He said it was scarlet fever. Oh, the head? Someone lay down. No, Amy, don't come near me. You've never had it, and I feel so strange.
Joe, help me get her up to her room.
No, I'm all right. I know you will let me. I know you will.
Meg, run and get Dr. Banks.
Yes, Hannah, right away.
And you, miss, you're to stay clear of things down here for a while. We'll have to send you off to your Aunt March's for a spell. It's for your own good.
I won't go. I won't. I would rather have scarlet fever and die than stay with Aunt March.
For heaven's sake, be quiet for once in your life, Amy.
You should be off as soon as you can. Scarlet fever is no joke, miss.
But it's dull at Aunt March's and she's cross, and I don't want to be sent off as though I'm in the way.
It's to keep you well. Here, I'll tell you what. I've got a plan. I'll come in every day and tell you how Beth is.
Will you take me out driving?
Every single day, on my honor.
And bring me back the minute Beth as well.
The identical minute. See if I don't.
Well, all right then.
There's a good girl. Thank you.
The days dragged out slowly into weeks. Meg and Hannah and I kept a constant vigil near Beth's bedside. We sensed the slightest change in her person. Amy's notes arrived daily, but nothing could relieve our anxiety and sorrow as we began to sense just how fragile Beth's hold on life had become.
Anna, don't get up. I just came by to see how she was doing today.
Dr. Banks had expected the fever to break by now. I'm afraid we'll need to send for Mrs. March as soon as Meg returns.
Oh, Hannah!
You children begged me to telegram her weeks ago. I was afraid of fretting them just yet, but now the end seems very close, and Miss Beth seems weaker every moment.
Hannah?
Yes, Miss.
Joe,
She doesn't even recognize us. How I wish Marnie were here. She'd know what to do.
Joe, it will be all right. I'm here for you. I'll be strong for you.
If only I'd sent that telegram.
Joe, Marmy will be here soon.
No, she won't. How could she be? There isn't time.
I got fidgety, and so did Grandfather. So he sent Brooke back to fetch her. She'll be here on the 5 o'clock train.
Marnie? Here? In a few hours?
Yes, Joe.
Oh, Lori! My dear, dear Lori! Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to fly at you like that. It's just, well, I have no other way to say thank you.
Fly me again. I rather like it.
No, thank you. I'll do it again by proxy when your grandfather comes. Oh, Lori. Life is as hard as this. I don't think I'll ever get through it.
Well, I'll laugh again and have fun and games. You'll see.
I hope so, Lori. Truly do.
Well, I'm off to the station, and I shan't spare the horses.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you. Lord, if you must take Becky, please wait until Marmy gets home. But Lord, please don't take her, because she's such a, well, please don't.
The fever's broken.
Oh, thank heaven.
We're to give her plenty of warm milk for strength as soon as she's able. Is Beth resting now?
Yes, I'll have all the world's linen stripped and fresh ones on in just a few moments. What about Amy?
Except for her as soon as the doctor said.
You should really get her some milk for strength.
Marmy.
She's going to be all right. The doctor says she's going to get well.
Everything will be all right now. Oh, Marmy.
Becky?
Oh, Marmy. I thought you look so beautiful.
Amy!
Oh, Hannah, I came as soon as I got your note. Marmy!
She's going to recover. Our Becky's going to recover.
Oh, Beth, you have no idea how worried I was about you. I thought about you day and night. I even wrote a will. Yes, just in case I got sick, too. Don't laugh. I left you my sketch pad, my plaster and my bronze inkstand.
Well, that's very thoughtful of you.
Of course, since I didn't die, no one gets anything.
Pardon me, is this the March home?
It is indeed.
Then I have special delivery for you.
Father!
Meg, Hannah, Amy, Joe. And now, my dear Becky.
Well, this is just plummy. The March family's all together again.
As the years passed, Father and Beth gradually regained much of their old strength. Yet Becky seemed more fragile than before, and all but Father acknowledged this. The bonds of friendship with the neighbors, the Lawrences, grew ever stronger, until Lori seemed almost one of the family. One member of the Lawrence household seemed truly bent on joining our little family. More disturbing still was the fact that Meg seemed all too willing to oblige his little ring.
What are you doing? Well, I can see that. I mean, what are you working on?
Well, it looks like it could very well become a tragedy, depending on what the heroine decides.
Well, do keep me posted.
I'll do my best.
Are you going to be using this room much longer?
Why? Are you expecting someone?
I
Of course not. You're expecting that man, aren't you?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. And if you happen to be referring to Mr. Brooke,
I knew it. You think you're in love with him, don't you?
well, I haven't.
Because I can tell you right now, you're not.
I'm not.
Of course not. I'm a writer. And I write about girls who are in love all the time. And I'll tell you right now, you show none of the obvious symptoms. You sleep fine, you eat well, and you're never depressed. Clearly, you're not in love. So there's no reason for you to go off and do anything foolish, like marrying that man.
I don't intend to marry any man.
You don't? Cheers to you then, Mark.
Well,
How do you intend to tell him? It wouldn't be polite to just send him packing.
well, I've no intention of being rude. Oh, really, this is so silly. Who says he'll even ask for my hand at all? All right, if he does, I'll just say to him quite calmly and politely, I'm afraid I must agree with Marley. I'm too young to enter into an engagement right now. But thank you, Mr. Brooke. You've been very kind, and I hope we can continue to be good friends. How's that?
Good and stiff. That should throw him off the track. Just hand him his walking papers and our lives can get back to normal.
It's him, Joe. I just know it.
I'll leave you two alone. But remember, cool and stiff. How I'd love to see his face.
Hello, Mr. Brooke.
Nice in the sitting room. She's been expecting him.
Oh, really? Well, I only stopped by because I forgot my umbrella, and I thought I might speak with your father, too.
He's in the coat rack. I mean, it's reading the newspaper. I'll go tell him you're here.
Is something the matter, madam? Have I upset you somehow? Please don't be angry with me.
How could I be? You've been so terribly kind, Mr. Brooke, and I only wish there was some way I could thank you properly.
Shall I tell you how?
Please don't.
Meg, listen to me. I love you, and even if you don't love me now, perhaps in time you might learn.
I don't choose to learn. Now please go away and leave me alone.
Do you really mean that?
Yes, I do.
Won't you think about it? I'll wait.
I wish you wouldn't.
Meg,
What is this? What is going on here? Oh, it's nothing. I'm so surprised to see you. That's Ed. There's mischief going on, and I insist on knowing what it is. We were just talking. Mr. Brooke came for his umbrella, you see, and Brooke? That boy's tutor? Oh, I see it all now. He's proposed, hasn't he? Here you. Should I tell Father? Have you accepted him? Do you intend on marrying this cook? Please. Not until I speak my mind. Now let me tell you this, miss. That if you marry this crook, not a penny of my money goes to you. I shall marry whom I please on March, and you can give your money to anyone you want. Now be a reasonable girl. It is your duty to marry a rich man and help your family. But you could be sure that this Hook fellow knows you have rich relation, me, and that's why he wants to marry you. Don't be ridiculous. Why, my John would no more marry for money than I would. Highty-tighty, aren't we, Miss Independence? Well, you'll be sorry for it once you've tried love in a cottage and find it a failure. Can't be worse than what one finds in a big empty house. Well, I never. Well, you can do as you please. But just remember this. The day you marry him is the day I disinherit you. Now well, you made me forget what I've come here for, Miss Insolence. I wash my hands of you. The lot of you.
I couldn't help overhearing that. Thank you for defending me. And thanks to Aunt March for helping prove that you do care for me a little bit.
I didn't know how much until she said those dreadful things.
Will you wait for me?
Marty! Marty, come downstairs quick! John Brooke
And sooner still was John and Meg's wedding day. Our lives were so full of preparations and plans for the wedding that we scarcely had time to think about the void that would be left in our little house on the day of Meg's departure. But that day came at last, and with it those same feelings of joy and loss that attend remembers at most weddings.
Joe, come back. The celebration has just begun. Don't cry, Joe, don't cry. It'll be all right.
No, it won't. Our family will never be the same again.
You still have me, Joe.
I know, Rory. And you don't know how much I appreciate that. Well, I've had my little scene. But we should get back to the wedding before we're missed.
Not just yet, Joe. Please. There's something I need to ask you.
Please don't.
I will. And this time you must listen. The sooner the better for both of us.
All right. Say what you will. I'll listen.
I've loved you ever since I known you. Couldn't help it. I've tried to show you, but you wouldn't let me. Now I'll make you hear and give me an answer.
I never wanted you to care for me this way. I tried to keep you from it when I could.
I love you all the more for it. I've tried to tell you, well, ever since I came back from college.
I know, Teddy. I know.
And I know I'm not half good enough. But if you love me, you can make me into anything you like.
I wouldn't change you, Lori. Not for the world. It's you who'd have to change me. I loathe the social world, and you adore it. You hate my scribbling. I couldn't get on without it. In the end, we'd quarrel.
No.
And yes!
No.
Yes, we would. We'd always have. It would be horrid if we were ever foolish enough to
Mary? No, it wouldn't. It'd be heaven if we take a chance. Joe, please don't disappoint me. Everybody expects it. And Grandfather has his heart set on it, and your family too. Joe, I just can't go on without you. Say you will. Marry me.
I can't. I've tried to love you the way you want me to. Because I'm so proud and so fond of you. And I do love you dearly as a friend. But I could never love you as a wife. It would be a lie to say I do when I don't.
Really and truly, Joe?
Really and truly. I don't believe I shall ever marry. I love my liberty too much to give it up for any man.
Yes, you will. I know you. You'll find some no-account good-for-nothing idiots and fall in love. It's your way. You'll work, and live and die. We'll have to stand by and see it all happen. Well, I'll be hanged if I do.
Where are you going?
To the devil! Someday you'll be sorry, Joe March.
Joe, why have you locked yourself away like this? You were missed. Meg and John want you there to see them off.
I'm sorry, Lem. I got tired and needed some time alone.
Well, all right then.
Marnie, what sort of plans do you have for us?
Plans, dear?
Well, you know how some mothers have plans for their daughters? Like marrying rich men or something? The other day you asked me what my wishes were. I'll tell you. But first, I want to know what yours are.
Well, I suppose I wish a good many things, no different from anyone else. I want my children to be loved and admired and respected. I want you to lead good and useful lives. I pray life sends you as little sorrow as possible. Of course, I'm ambitious for you, like any other mother. I'd be happy to see you marry a rich man, if you loved him. But I'd rather see you happy as a poor man's wife or a spinster than to see you lose your self-respect and happiness in a loveless marriage, even if it made you the queen of the world.
Oh, Marty,
What's this?
I knew I chose right. I don't think I shall ever marry.
Oh, really, dear?
Really. Well, I'll tell you what I want. I want to go away.
What? Why, Joe.
I've thought about it a while, and I need to be out seeing and doing. I want to hop a little ways and try my wings.
Well, where do you intend to hop?
New York.
Joe.
Amy can stay with Aunt March. They're more compatible anyways. And you have Beth to help out at home. I thought I might go to work at Mrs. Kirk's. She needs help with the children. And all the new sites will help me with new ideas for my stories.
Joe, dear, be sure you're running to something and not from something or someone. Is it Lori?
Oh, Marmy, he's got this romantic rubbish in his head. And I thought it would all blow over. But it's only gotten worse.
But how do you feel about it?
I love him dearly, as a friend, which is why I think if we spend some time away from each other, it'll all blow over and everything can get back to normal.
You're right, Joe. I think it might be best for both of you. I'll write to Mrs. Kirk, and if Father agrees to manage, you shall go.
Thank you, Marmy.
Now come along, dear, and let's see Meg and John off on their honeymoon.
All right, Marmy.
Working at Mrs. Kurt's boarding house was one of the most exhausting and exhilarating experiences that I have known. New York flooded my mind with new sights and new friends, the most important of whom, Professor Fritz Baer, who shared so many thoughts and ideals similar to my own that I felt I had found a true kindred spirit. However, in the midst of my newfound fortunes, fate was going to spring a rude surprise, which was the consequence of my abominable tongue.
Shove yourself in and don't bother to announce me. The most remarkably slow woman I've had the misfortune of meeting today. Good afternoon.
Do come in.
Good afternoon.
I expect you'll be wanting some tea then?
Good heavens, no. I'll have finished my business here, gone off into town to finish my afternoon calls before you can even capably warm up a pot.
Very good, ma'am.
Well now, to the point. I'm going abroad next month to Europe, and as I discussed in the past, I shall be requiring a proper traveling companion.
We'll wire for Joe immediately, Auntie.
Joe? Oh, good heavens, no. I said proper traveling companion. That one has such a blunt disposition, she sure put a freeze on foreign relations for the next decade. Goodness, no.
But, Auntie,
Hush. I'm quite decided about this. Amy will accompany me. We're more similar in temperament. Amy is docile and respectful, and will receive this opportunity graciously with no sense of entitlement.
Auntie,
Hush, my child. My mind is made up. Any excuse to be stuff and nonsense. Besides, it is time for you to have tried your talents, and Rome will be just the place for you to study your art.
we don't know how to thank you, Auntie.
This will be an exceptional opportunity.
Oh, pish posh.
oh, thank you, Auntie.
Nonsense, nonsense, my child. Well, I'm off into town now to begin our preparations. Good afternoon, and you will call on me tomorrow, and we will begin preparations for your traveling wardrobe.
Good afternoon, Aunt March.
Goodbye, and thank you again, Aunt March.
Europe will do a world of good for you, child. A world of good.
Oh, Marmee!
Poor Joe.
Aunt March seems quite decided. It'd be wrong for us to change her wishes. There'll be no one doing things for Joe this time.
But she'll be so dreadfully disappointed. How will I ever explain it to her?
Now don't spoil your good fortunes right now with those concerns. Joe will have her reward someday. It'll be every bit as unexpected and wonderful as yours.
Father's right. No reproaches and no regrets. You can stop in New York before you sail and see her personally, if that would help.
Yes, Marmee. That would be a comfort.
I hate to sound selfish, but I'm glad that Joe isn't traveling quite so far away from us just yet. It's hard enough to bear with her up in New York.
Yes, dear. I know.
Well, enough conversation for now. We have some preparations to do.
Amy's visit was a comfort for both of us. Her gentle ways and thoughtful words did much to ease the pain of losing my long-anticipated European tour. Almost informed me that Lori and Mr. Lawrence had also booked passage to the continent. However, during those long days before they set sail, no calling card from my dear Teddy ever arrived. Lori's intended flight wounded me every bit as deeply as he had hoped, but no experience in my early life had prepared me for the telegram I received several months later. So, it was with a strange mix of emotions that I returned home to Concord after receiving that urgent message.
Has Joe arrived yet? No, Joe. Your father took the carriage to meet her at the station.
Is there anything we can do to help you right now?
Man says no. There's little enough for me to do now.
The house has been so empty with Joe gone. And now with Amy off.
Oh, has the telegram been sent?
Straight away. Same day as Miss Josephine. Amy's answer seemed to come back as soon as she received it. Already headed back she was, but your parents wouldn't allow it. Too long and costly trip. And it wouldn't be fair to Aunt March as though that Biddy ever worried about anyone but herself.
The poor dear.
She must be heartsick.
That she is, but Mr. Lawrence sent word that he and Laura would be meeting them in Nice. They would do their best to keep her mind off of things.
That's good, and Laura's such a comfort.
Oh, Meg!
Oh, Joe!
I'll take your luggage upstairs for you.
Hannah,
The house has been so empty without you.
Put the kettle on, Hannah. I'll go fetch Marmee and Beth.
Father, is there anything we can do? I feel so alone.
Nothing. It's a matter of time now, Joe. The most important thing we can do is be strong for her sake. You mustn't let her see us cry.
I know, Papa. I'll be strong for Becky.
I know you will. Anyway, never doubt you for a moment. You're a brave girl.
Marmee. Joe, dear. It's so good to have you home again.
My Becky, how I've missed you.
I've been longing to see you, Joe, and here you are just like I dreamed. If only Amy were here, we could all be together again. Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Oh, yes, John, you're right. We must be getting back to the twins now. I can bring them around tomorrow for a visit if you like.
Yes, I'm so eager to see them.
until tomorrow then.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night.
Well, Becky, I've so much to tell you. I don't know where to begin.
We'll leave the two of you to your catching up then.
Good night, my darlings.
Good night, Marmee.
Good night, Beth. Good night, Joe.
Good night, Father. First. Presents.
Oh, Joe. You're so thoughtful.
Go on. I thought it would be nice to have something to accompany you while you play, since you haven't had me to croak along with you lately.
I don't play anymore.
Oh. I almost forgot to tell you what I've been working on. A book.
A whole novel?
Yep.
May I read it?
Well, I don't have it with me. I finished it right before I came.
When will it be published?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't leave it with the publisher. I left it with Professor Bayer.
You must be very fond of him.
I am. He's the one who convinced me to write it, actually. He told me I should write about the people and places I know rather than places I've never seen.
Did you?
I did.
What's your book about?
You, Bethany. Well, all of us. About our little home, our little family, and all the happy times that we used to share.
It's all right, Joe. You don't have to cry.
I'm not crying. Not really. I'm just so lonesome. Lonesome for Meg and Amy and all the happy times we used to share.
It's all right, Joe. You don't have to be brave for me. I know. Don't tell Father Marley, but I know. I hadn't wanted to tell anyone but you, Joe, but I can feel myself slipping a little bit more today, like tired right now.
Bethy, don't.
Doesn't that sound funny? Me telling you, me, the cricket by the hearth, always content to stay safely at home, while you and Meg and Amy dream of flying away. I guess it's my turn to fly away first this time. I'm sorry, Joe. Sorry I couldn't express myself properly.
Bethy,
But I guess I was never intended to live very long. I could never decide on what I wanted to do when I grew up because I could never bear on the thought of leaving home. But I'm not afraid, Joe. Not anymore. Because love is the only thing we can carry with us when we go, and I have so much I know it'll make the end easy. But, Joe, I think I may be homesick for you, even in heaven.
nothing can part us, Bethy. Not really. Not ever.
I know, Joe. But you must take my place for Father and Martin. They will turn to you. Help me through this.
I will, Bethy. You know I will.
I know, Joe. Thank you. I feel like I can rest now.
Forth, safe across the river, I shall see forevermore a beloved household spirit waiting for me on the shore. Hope and faith, born of my sorrow, guardian angels shall become, and the sister gone before me, by their hands shall lead me home. With Beth's passing came the fulfillment of my promise to her, and each passing day filled our thoughts with the brief but special memories of our time with her. Often, I awoke at night, thinking Beth had called me. But when the sight of her empty bed brought me to tears, Marmy's arms were always there to gather me up and soothe me with their touch and their silent eloquence. Yet, each day slowly lost some of its bitter pain, as her memory was rendered more serene. And, with the turning of the seasons, time brought new life and unexpected change into the March household once again.
Joe! Karen and I are going to Meg's to greet the wedding party. Father and John are driving over straight from the station. I know Amy is eager to see you. She and Lori missed us all so much at their wedding in Nice. Won't you reconsider and come with us?
I'm all right. Someone has to keep the home fires burning before the entourage arrives. Besides, I'll be seeing Aunt March soon enough.
I suppose you're right. I just worry so. We've all had to bear so much, but lately I find my mind wandering to you more and more. Are you all right, Joe? I know how disappointed you were when Aunt March took Amy in your place, and then, well,
Bethany.
yes, Effie. Is it the marriage, Joe?
No. Everything worked out the way it should have. I'm just so lonely. Lonely for things that can never be again. Perhaps if Lori had proposed to me now, I would have said yes. Because lately being loved means more to me than it used to.
Oh, Joe, your time will come.
No, I don't believe I shall ever marry.
You've always known what you wanted, Joe, and you've always had the courage to follow through. Your time will come, and when it does, it will be right, because all along you've known what you've been waiting for.
We've got to shake our tail feathers, Mrs. March, unless you want to miss the revival.
Yes, Hannah, I'm coming. Joe, will you be a dear and put the kettle on? We'll be back with the newlyweds before you know it.
Come in.
Hello? Hello?
Guess who?
Lori! Oh, Lori? Where are the others? Marmy and Hannah just went and...
They're still at Meg's. I slipped up because I wanted to see you first, Joe. I want to say one thing, and then we can put it all away forever.
Don't. Everything worked out the way it should have.
I know that now.
You were so headstrong and certain then.
Now that things are settled properly, we can get back how things old times were.
No. Things can never be like they used to. We're not playmates anymore. We're grown now. But we can still be brother and sister and love and support each other forever.
Yes, Joe. Always.
Amy! Or should I say Mrs. Lawrence?
Well, she's blessed if she ain't soaked from head to foot, and with a new pair of sponsored for boots.
Just look at you. Who would have thought that you would make our Lori into a hen-packed husband?
No welcome home for me, Miss Congeniality.
It's great to see you too, Aunt March.
Not at all. Not at all. Just look at me. Spending all that money on those fancy foreign doctors and medicinal baths. For what? To come home on a day like this? Ugh, my rheumatism. You know, Europe isn't all they say it is. It was so boring. They simply refused to speak to me in English. Blabbered on and on. They understood me. Oh, I have no doubt about that. But just wouldn't listen to me. Things are the same all over the world. I'll do it at a tea service, ma'am.
Thank you, Hannah.
Amy, tell me all about Europe.
What's there to tell? All there is an ancient collection of worn-out old buildings and filthy, filthy streets.
But in Europe, one finds the dirt so picturesque.
Charmingly put, Mrs. Lawrence.
Yes, my wife has quite a way with words.
Well, we already knew that.
Now tell us what your plans are once you two have settled in.
Well, I shouldn't wonder if Amy drove 6 white horses, ate off gold plates, and wore diamonds every day since Lori thinks nothing's too good for her.
Oh, Joe, really?
Really?
This is for you, Miss Josephine. It just arrived by post.
Really? I wasn't expecting.
Well, let's open it, Joe, and see what it is.
It's my book!
I'm so proud of you.
And the letter from Professor Bayer. A friend of mine here in New York has agreed to publish your wonderful novel. He has great hopes for it. And so it is with deepest regards and best wishes that I send you the first copy. I have never read another piece with such simple truth and beauty. Fondly, Fritz Bayer.
Your first book.
That's
I'm so excited for you, Joe.
My Beth by Josephine March.
Read for us, Joe.
I couldn't.
Oh, come on.
All right. Dedicated with love to my sister Beth. My mind drifts back to that Christmas Eve so long ago, when nothing in our little home seemed wrong, and nothing in the world outside seemed right.